Oh look, a dead Saber. And now he's gonna hose me down. Why is this even a thing, guys? Why? Why can a Saber with one wing fly so well? Oh look, here comes another one. 1,800 rounds apiece, spraying me down. 50 cals. What the hell are you guys thinking? Come on, man. Guys, meet the experimental one-wing Saber. This aircraft never flew in real life, but thanks to Gaijin, thanks to the miracles of video gaming, you can fly it here today. It's an amazing aircraft. It can still pull 6 Gs, maybe even 7 Gs. It flies very well. Landing it's an absolute breeze. You wouldn't even think you were missing one wing. Honestly, it flies just as well as, well, if you had 2. Come on, guys. This seriously, this cannot be. I'm throwing this in here because look, you would think with one wing I should be snapping out right now, but it's like I had 2. I'm gonna glide it into base. I'm barely above stall speed when I touch down, and it's like nothing's wrong. The even more disgusting part of this is a Saber with one wing flies better than a Saber with a black wing. And by black wing, I mean critical wing root damage. If you guys have ever flown with critical wing root damage, it slows down your aircraft. It is extremely slow. It's hard to gain speed again. It's kind of frustrating. I would rather someone shoot off my wing than give me wing damage right now. And the worst part is, how long have we been flying like this? It's been... shit, it's been a while now. I can't even think of how long it's been. I'm used to this now. Every time I see a Saber, I don't care if he's dead or alive, I ain't getting anywhere near that thing unless I have to. This is broken, guys. Come the fuck on. So you guys asked me to go through, my thoughts on what's going to happen with ARB and what needs to be fixed, and I have a belief that if you're going to bitch about something, then you better be prepared to have a solution. And that's just the way I was taught. Now, the Saber thing at the beginning, that was an easy solution. Come on, just fix the flight model. Make it so that, if you got one wing, your asymmetrical lift, you're gonna snap out. Like, there's no way in hell. Now, the original Saber flight model was still kind of broken. You could fly on one wing, but at least you were not combat effective. It gave you a chance to go back and land, whatever. Bring back the old Saber flight model. That's fine by me. Anyways, I have a very long list, and I'm going to try and condense it into as much as I can. I'm going to try and keep this video around 20 minutes. I hope I do. We'll see where I am at the end. My next big complaint is crew lock. Why the hell does this even exist? If you guys don't know already, crew lock happens when you either crash into the ground or somebody rams you. And I think crew lock is like, is it 6 minutes or 8 minutes? Either way, it's well over 5 minutes from the beginning of a match. So this is my problem with it is, if you crash into the ground, that's a really dumb move. Maybe you deserve it. But here's the thing. If somebody rams into you or you rip your wings, you get a crew lock. But if somebody shoots you down instead of you ripping, or they're colliding with you, you don't get a crew lock. What's the fucking difference? Why does crew lock exist? Simple solution, get rid of it. There's not even any need for it. There's no way to get around it. If it was a pay to play thing, Gaijin wanted to charge you 10 golden eagles to fly again, I could see it. Because it's a free to play game and they're gonna look for ways to make money off you, but there is nothing you can do to get around it. So crew lock should be gone. Bye. Zero. None. So my next big complaint is the crit kill system, and also that kind of ties in with the damage models. I don't understand. They did a patch like 2 or 3 weeks ago, or something to do with changing the crit kill system a little bit. And it said the person who does the most damage gets the kill. I've only seen the difference like in maybe 2 kills. My kills still get stolen left and right. And if you fly Hispanos on a plane like this, just watch what's gonna happen here. This MiG-15, he's in a perfect situation for me. He's gonna saw out in front of me. You do that against a Canberra, it's a very, very dumb idea. But watch this. Okay, there goes a tail. There goes half his wing. That plane is uncontrollable. There is nothing that he can do anymore outside of maybe spray a few bullets near me. And those kind of got pretty close. Yeah, those are really close. Okay, you can stop now. But how the hell is he falling to the ground right now and I don't have a kill? That plane is uncontrollable. All the next person has to do is come in and take the kill from me. And how many of you have gotten salty because of shit like this? This is ruining people's gameplay. You can't create a game that requires an extensive amount of grinding to get the research done on your aircraft to get them to their normal spec, because you have to fly a stock aircraft, and then deny it of people that deserve it. This is why people are so frustrated in this game. This is why half the TKs, half the team kills in this game happen, because somebody comes in and steals it. And they may or may not know that that guy is actually not dead. I've noticed a lot of people are actually respecting that lately. But it still doesn't matter. We shouldn't have to deal with that. This brings me on to my next point. This is going to be a quick one. Who the hell thought this fucking vapor cloud was a good idea? And even worse, let's go to maps like Alamein where it's dry. There is no humidity. This vapor cloud should not exist even close on that map. Not to mention the clouds. We'll get onto that one in a little bit. But how are you supposed to fight like this? Look, I cannot make out his aircraft. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm firing blindly. Come on, guys, get rid of it. Seriously, some of the dumbest. Whatever. Just get rid of this shit. Oh, and if you run on ultra low quality, you don't have to deal with it. That's another way. But ULQ is not the way to go in aircraft, so we'll just leave that. It's fucking dumb. So this brings me to the next point. Now, there is a reason that you will hardly ever see me flying the 6.0 range Allied Q. You know, props like this one. Preferably, you know, this is a Mark 24, but let's say the 5.7 to 6.3 range. You will never find me flying Allied and actually enjoying it, because here's the thing. Here is your matchmaking. This is your average match in an Allied team. You have 4 fighters. You have 4 attackers, and you have 4 bombers. And guess what you're facing? You are facing pretty much an entire team of fighters. And if you are not facing an entire team of fighters, you are facing a team of fighters with bombers that are damn near untouchable. Now, the R2Y2, we got rid of its air spawn, so it's a little bit easier to handle. But if you go back down to, say, the 5.0, 6.0 range, you have the JU-288. That plane is broken as hell. So there is hardly any problems, any faults, any weaknesses in the Axis teams. And yet on the Allied teams, you have nothing but attackers, bombers, and a few fighters. And you cannot see... This game is all about numbers. Somebody said it a while ago, it's a giant team deathmatch. And I don't know if Gaijin's really kind of accepted that. But you can't go in with 4 fighters against an entire team. It's just not fair. It's nothing. It's not fair at all. Now, the easiest way I see to fix this is to give the attackers and the bombers their own game mode. Maybe giving them Enduring Confrontation that runs 24/7. Somebody had that idea. I like that idea. If Enduring Confrontation always ran, and to give those guys something to do, because they can make a lot of points in that game. As it sits right now, the 6.0 battle rank, up and down, you know, plus or minus 1 BR, it's just not fun. And then it had the P-51D-30, and they nerfed the shit out of it. It used to be a great plane, and now it has this floppy rudder that's not worth shit. The plane is... I won't fly it anymore. It's so disgusting. They did the same thing to the F-82. I used to love that plane, and now it has this outrageous roll rate. And it's not fun anymore. I don't enjoy it. And not to mention that, if you're not careful, you can grenade the engine on that thing. That one caught me off guard. All sorts of things wrong in this battle rank. But mainly it's the team composition. There needs to be some sort of balance. They either need to come up with more attackers, things for the German fighters, or sorry, the German players to fly, or they need to limit or balance it out so that you can only have, you know, they imposed a limitation a while ago. You can only have 4 bombers on each team. Now, it didn't say that you could have 4 bombers on one team and 1 bomber and no bombers on the other. It just imposes a max of 4. Now, what needs to happen is they need to have a balance. If there's 4 bombers on one team, there needs to be 4 bombers on the other team. If there's 4 attackers on the other team, there needs to be 4 attackers on the other team. To give it some sort of balance. There is no balance at this battle rank right now at all. And it's not fun. It's not enjoyable at all. Like, another way we could fix this too, and I'm not saying it's going to fix everything, but this was something that we brought up ages ago, And the vote, it was actually put to a vote on the Gaijin forums to bring Japanese back to the allied teams, at least in top tier. Because Japanese is a good all-around country. Like, they have a lot of very good fighters. Even some of their bombers are pretty strong. We brought up a vote, and it was unanimous that everyone agreed we should bring them back to the allied teams, because they used to be. It used to be allied teams. So Axis teams were Russia, German, and let's see what else, Italy. And then allied teams were Japan, America, and Great Britain, and then the French. If we brought that back, it might balance things out a little bit better. This will bring me into my next scenario, and I will explain to you, and you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I want you to think real hard. Name a single video game where it is completely fair that an entire enemy team can see you, exactly what you're doing, know exactly where you are, and you not able to see them at all. Name one. I'll give you 10 seconds. You give up yet? It's called War Thunder. How is that fair? Who the hell? And this game has been this way since I've flown it. I've been playing this game for what, probably 4 or 5 years now? Who the hell thought that was fair? And let's make it even worse. So there was changes in the spotting system, I want to say probably about a year ago now, to where that, you know, if an enemy's coming from below your aircraft, you know, it was kind of a line of sight for the pilot thing, right? If an enemy was coming below your aircraft, you wouldn't see them very easily. You know, you could roll your aircraft inverted, maybe see them a little bit better. It hasn't worked for me. But this little thing called proxy spotting is honestly one of the most broken things in this game. As long as one person on your team can see that enemy aircraft, your entire team can see that enemy aircraft. Meanwhile, if you're below them, they can't see you, they can't see anybody. They have no chance. Outside of maybe if they cranked up their headphones, they can kind of hear your plane coming. That's the only indication I get. And the worst part is I could be looking right at the dot. I can see the aircraft coming at me, and it could be as close as 600, 300 meters, and I will not have an actual lock and like an actual spot on the guy. And so without that, you know, we're so used to seeing that indicator to tell us how far away they are. I don't know when to dodge. It throws me off. But the thing is, like, I've given up on trying to carry matches because I know that they can all see me. I can't see them. I cannot make decisions based on aircraft that I cannot see. And therefore, I just give up. I do. I don't care to carry a match anymore. I don't care to, you know, try hard, if you call it. It's just not fun to me anymore. It's ruining the game for me. And then let's make it even worse. Let's add the supersonic aircraft, which moves so quickly that you're not even going to see them coming anyways. It's broken. It is broken. Why do we allow this? We've kind of forgotten about this one, guys. We've really forgotten about it. And on top of that, it's only gotten worse. It's never gotten any better. This game has sadly never gotten any better. And I'm sorry, but Gaijin, this is towards you. You guys have a great game. You have a very unique game. There is no other game like this. You name one where you can fly a plane with a mouse and keyboard. There is none. You have a unique monopoly on a game style. Stop neglecting it. We wouldn't be bitching about it. We wouldn't be complaining about it if we didn't like the game and we didn't want to see it succeed. Because I would love to see this game succeed. This game has so much potential, but you guys are neglecting it. Somebody told me a little while ago that they went ahead and they decompiled the code, and this guy was a programmer. He took a look at the code and the way that this game is programmed, and he said it's an absolute nightmare. It's what they call spaghetti code. It's poorly written. They'll put lines of code in there to fix problems that they have in the game instead of actually fixing the line of code that caused the problem in the first place. Now, I'm not going to go too deep in that because I don't fully understand it. But it sounds to me like they need to go through and actually recompile the game and recode it. But I can't go too much on that. Maybe somebody in the comments can hit on it and tell me more about it. But that's what I've been told, and I believe it. I believe it 100%. All right, moving on to my next complaint. Who the hell made this map? This is Afghanistan. This map came out in 1.87. It's a great map for supersonics. And then 9.0s, they already lack the power at altitude. The hard deck on this the hard deck on this map is at 1,800 meters. So you've already lost a substantial amount of performance on this map as a 9.0 facing supersonics. Let's go even deeper. So when this map first came out, the team that is on the south side, this airport that I'm landing at right now, the team that was on the south side auto-won the map because of the ground units that are in the middle. But nobody in ARB cares about ground units that much. Sure, there's a few attackers that can kill them, but most of the people that are in fighters, they don't take the loadout to kill them, and they can't afford to take the loadout because it substantially, hurts the performance of their aircraft. So in a situation like this, I have half my team left right now, half my team, and they just captured the airfield. Or sorry, not the airfield, but that little base. I guess it's an airfield in the middle of the map. There are 2 guys left on the other map, or the other team, and one of them has 0 points, so we're never going to find him in the first place. And he knows it. He's afraid to fight, and he knows that as long as he stays away from everybody, he's going to win this match. What the hell? Why? Why are we losing this? And here's the funny thing is, 1.87, it came out. This airfield, this was the side that won. And people complained about it, and what did they do? They made the other side get the auto win. How the fuck does that make any sense? What are you guys doing? Seriously. Alright, moving on. Talking about BR compression. Battle rating compression. This is one of the big subjects in talk right now, and I only have one complaint. The battle rank system that we had before the supersonics came along, honestly, I thought it was okay. I mean, the Venom and the F9F, when they came down, that was a good move. But the problem is, they went to 8.7. Well, at least the Venom did. The Venom went to 8.7, which absolutely changed nothing. Absolutely changed nothing. The Venom is still a very slow aircraft compared to these supersonics. And the only way that I can see to fix this, and a lot of people say to restructure the system, I don't know how to completely restructure the system. A lot of people say 20 BR instead of 10. I think, honestly, just moving the supersonics up so they don't have to face anything less than a 9.0, and then readdress the aircraft that need to be at 9.0, because things like the FJ4, I've been trying to fly that plane, and I tell you what, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. It definitely has a hard time competing. And so if we move the F100 up to 10.0, maybe the F6 could hang at 10.0, no problem. And all the rest of the supersonics, they need to be at 10.0 so that the 9.0s can play their game. And the 9.0s can play their game against the 8.0s where, that balance wasn't too bad. As long as you're a fairly smart pilot, you can handle that. The 9.0s that we have, most of the Sabers don't really have a huge issue handling the 10.0s. Well, okay, the 9.7s, the supersonics. And that's not to include, the Super Mystere, because the Super Mystere, while it may be a supersonic, it doesn't really stay there. So I'm not going to include that one. I think it's fine at 9.0, maybe 9.3. F86K can go to 9.3. But the F100, the F6 need to go to 10.0 at best. And it's going to be an interesting change because we need more aircraft. Now, hopefully 1.91 brings in more aircraft so that we can separate that more and not hurt the queue times. I hear a lot of complaints about the queue times. Honestly, I don't see too much of an issue with the queue times unless you're playing Axis. Because at this point, I don't think anybody really enjoys flying Axis. It's not that fun. And so that's why you don't see me flying it that much. And that's going to bring me to the next thing. So top tier, if you want to bring your buddy in with a biplane or a bomber from a low tier, you can do that currently. Please, please, please don't do that, because jets are a numbers game. If you don't have an equal amount of fighters, you are already at a huge disadvantage. Biplanes, bombers, etc., you are doing nothing. I don't care if you think it's cool to get one kill. And the worst thing is, Gaijin, you actually encourage this with Thunder Show episodes where it shows a biplane killing a jet. Sure, if you get a dumb jet pilot that wants to turn fight a biplane, yes, you're gonna get a kill. But you're hurting your team. Stop doing it, guys. And Gaijin, stop encouraging it. Put a cap on it so that there's no more than, say, you know, a 3 battle rank drop. If somebody wants to bring in a 7-0 or 8-0 jet into a 9-0 match, I don't appreciate it. But at least you stay at a chance. Either way, that needs to be fixed. Get rid of the fail squads. No more fail squads, guys. Please. No. Stop. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and bring up 2 quick things. These are things that bother me about the game. And you may or may not have experienced these things, but they are there and they are an issue. First one being the missiles, the invisible missiles. Now, I did a video on this, so I'm not going to go too deep on it. I did a little bit more research, though, and I figured out that it is a server-related issue. I looked at replays. I looked at a server-side replay, and I looked at a client-side replay. The server-side replay showed absolutely no issues with the connection. Now, I looked at my client-side replay, and this was on a friend getting killed by an invisible missile, and I saw the same thing he did. The missile did not appear until right before it killed him. I had one the other day, and I'm a dumbass because I deleted this, but my tail just fell off. There was no explosion, nothing whatsoever. And then I looked at the kill feed, and it said somebody missiled me. There was no missile streamer, no warning. My tail just fell off, no explosion. I'm sitting here like, what the hell's going on? Lastly, and this I know is not going to be everybody's favorite rant, but I have an issue with Gaijin allowing people with very poor quality. And I'm sorry, Australians, I'm kind of calling you out on this one. But how many times have you guys tried shooting someone and they dance all over your screen? It's not like they're turning or anything like that. They just dance all over your screen. It's because of a poor connection. Now, I don't think this is ping related. I think this is packet loss related. But I'm not a fan of it. I really believe Gaijin should implement some sort of system to, you know, maintain a quality connection, because it makes it unfair for other people. Another thing that I know you guys are complaining about is the repair cost for a lot of vehicles. And I don't really understand where... Well, I know that they get it based on how much the vehicle's flown and how good it is. But I believe that your repair cost should be based on, you know, if you can get 1 kill in that aircraft, you should break even at the end of the match. If you get 2 kills in that aircraft, you should be able to make a little bit of money. And that's apparently what's not happening in a lot of aircraft. And that could be a simple fix. So I think I'm done. I've had enough of this ranting. I'm not a huge fan of ranting. I just, a lot of times I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall. But right now, with the whole fix the game in 191 movement, if you want to call it, the protest by the content creators and others, I think it was my opportunity to chime in and provide my input. Like I say, there are tons of issues in this game, but I think these are the biggest issues that really need to be addressed, especially with top tier. These are the things that would make the gameplay a little bit more enjoyable for me. And you know what? Let's cross our fingers and let's hope that Gaijin's going to listen to us. And again, like I said, I want to close on Gaijin. You guys have a great game. You really do. We're still playing. We're still putting up with this because we love your game. Please don't lose us. Please. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you around. Peace.